it is Leah Ray from Digital Trailblazer. How would you like to make sales immediately? How would you like to start getting sales coming through today, coming through over the next several days, the next week or so? That is what I'm going to walk you through today. Okay, is how to bring in some sales right away, because there is always a time, there is a season somewhere in business where it is you just need to hustle. You need some sales to come in, whether you're just at the beginning and you haven't had any sales come through yet, or you've been at this for a while. And while you maybe have some customers here or there, you're just, maybe summer has been a bummer. Sorry, that was so nerdy. Okay, maybe summer hasn't been great for sales. And so you need to just like hustle it out, figure it out, and get some sales coming through the door. That's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So as you jump on, say howdy. Let me know you are here. You are live tonight, and where you are watching from. We're going to dive right on in. I am live on many different places. So as you comment with your name, where you're physically located, and what platform you're watching on, because I'm going to give some cool stuff out. And yes, I want to know where you're from. So, all right. And I do have some treats for you, some goodies, as you can tell in my little pop-up thingy that I have here. If at any time tonight you're like, "Ooh, this is really good, but I'm going to need some hand holding," or "I'm going to need like a step-by-step on exactly what you're supposed to do," or whatever, just comment info. Let's chat, see what's going on, see how we can help you out. We're actually really good at this stuff. So use us. Don't be out there on your own trying to figure this out. And I have, if you guys don't have this yet, I love this. One, because I made it. And number two, because it's so good and it's got so much awesome content and embedded training within it. You're going to love this. If you don't yet have my Trello board, this is 7 days to high ticket coaching clients. You absolutely want to grab that. So type in Trello. And you'll get it. I'll send it over to you. So on mobile, Randy in the group, Andrea, Nashville. I like Nashville. I'm a 90s country girl. So I like me some Nashville. Garth Brooks is one of my all-time favorite people or artists. Okay. So Wendy from Colorado. Awesome. All right. Let's dive in. This really comes down to 3 steps, and I'm going to give you very specific things. So you absolutely want to grab a pen, want to grab your sticky notes and write some stuff down, because there's going to be some nuggets tonight that you can implement immediately and start shaking that sales tree to get some fruit to drop. Okay. So because this is really good stuff, really important. So howdy. Welcome. Let's rock and roll. Awesome. Andrea will send that over. And if you say, if you're in YouTube or LinkedIn, there's links. So comment and we appreciate you. However, you have to use the links to get the stuff. Everyone else in the Facebook land, head over, just comment and send me a friend request so we can actually chat and I can get you the stuff that you've requested. Okay. So this is really 3 phases to this process. And I'm going to give a lot of examples, because there's, based on where you are right now, it might be a different answer, a different solution for you. All right. So let's jump on in. And as I get my notes situated, what will change for you? If you could bring in just one additional high ticket coaching client this week, it's Monday. You have the whole week to do this. What would that change for you? Like, what would change in your life? What would change in your business? That part gets me excited. So share, let me know what's going on, how this would truly impact you, your family, everything else, because that's the good stuff. That's like why we do all the crazy stuff that we do. And it's so important. It's so important. So, all right, let's jump on in, get to the good stuff. All right. So number 1, if you want to get sales tonight, well, you probably, unless you're in Australia, New Zealand, probably won't be tonight. You can get the sales calls booked tonight for tomorrow. You actually close the deals tomorrow, because we're talking high ticket. In the high ticket space, $2,000 or and above, you're going to sell on a sales call. If you're going to be under $2,000, you're typically going to sell on an automated webinar, something like that. But if you're brand new and you just want sales and you haven't set up an automated webinar or anything like that, then just take a sales call until you do, and just sell on a sales call, even if it's low ticket, because come on, You you want to get some results, and you don't want to have to wait till you have all that set up. So, Design King, good to see you again. Great to have you on. Okay, hey Cecilia, good to see you on. Our first client needs some income. All right, let's do it. Okay, so do you have a pen and paper, Andrea? Because this you want to do some stuff here. Okay, okay. So the phase one is attention. Okay. Now, this is going to be different based on where you're starting from. Some of you are starting from scratch. You got nothing going on. You got no one paying attention to you, and you're at zilch zero, no audience. Others have been doing a little something. Maybe it's not an amazing audience, but maybe you've got a bit of a network on Facebook. Maybe you got a little bit of an email list. You got some stuff going on. Okay. So let's break down the options and what would fit for you and what you're looking to do. Okay. Number one, this works best. I mean, it works well for everybody, but if you don't have any audience of your own and you want to make sales ASAP, then you absolutely want to do this. And this is borrowing someone else's audience. Borrowing someone else's audience. This is powerful. One of the things that takes the longest time in online business is building an audience. How do you cut through, cut to the chase, right? How do you get to the sale faster? Borrow someone else's audience, an audience that's already been created by somebody else, and get in front of them. How do you do that? What does that actually mean? Well, I'm going to give you some examples. One, occasionally we have people that come from, and don't freak out if this doesn't work for you. I'm giving you options. All right. So write it down. And if it fits for you, fabulous. If not, no problem. I've got several other options. Okay. So number one, professional networking associations or professional associations. Sometimes we talk to people and they come from some sort of professional environment where they can actually connect with people. So there's maybe they're realtors and they're part of some realtor association, and now they're launching their realtor or real estate. I don't know, because realtor is a specific thing, but a real estate agent coaching program where they're teaching real estate agents how to get more sales, how to do their marketing, how to do all of these different things. Well, occasionally people will be in these organizations and will let you get in front of their audience. They will highlight you in an email. They'll maybe let you email their list. They will highlight you on some networking meeting, some sort of thing that they're doing. If you have this opportunity, use it 100%. And whenever you make use of this opportunity, you should be offering your lead magnet. This is a freebie that you're giving away in exchange for people's contact information. And if you don't have a real freebie yet, minimum, get them into your Facebook group. Create a Facebook group tonight, and then tomorrow have them email and give them the link to your Facebook group. Okay. If you don't have anything else, just start with that, because you got to start building that audience and getting them in your Facebook group. Takes them from that professional associations email list and now starts building your audience within hopefully your email list, but if not, just even your Facebook group. Okay. Get them in there. Another option, podcasting. I've been actually doing this a lot lately. I really like it. This is where you are getting in front of a podcaster's audience. So they spend time, they've built up an audience, and now they're looking for people to interview for their podcast. Fabulous. Raise your hand, make yourself available. There are groups on Facebook that will allow you to connect with people podcasters and guests to connect. You should join those groups. You should connect with people who have audiences that fit for your target audience. A great little tip, I would shoot a 60 to 90 second promo video just on your phone. Doesn't have to be anything special. Like, hey, this is what I'm about. This is how I can serve your audience, blah, blah, blah. Like, sell yourself in a little 90-second pitch video. Use that in those groups to connect with the right people. Okay. How to propose to, honestly, think about what they want. Okay. Always, everything is sales. Everything is sales. You need to sell yourself to the podcasters. So Brianna, that's a great question. Sell yourself. So I recently just made a pitch video, and it wasn't about like how awesome I was. It was about things that they would actually care about. So one thing being that, hey, I'm used to live video and I know how to really engage with an audience, keep my energy up, make it really entertaining while I'm delivering great content. Because part of my normal strategy is going live in my own Facebook group and all my different platforms at least once a week. Right. So I sold them and I showed them in that video that I could be fun and I could be entertaining and engaging. Right. Do that. They don't want someone who's going to be boring and just sit there nervously and not talk. So put yourself out there, amp the energy up, and go out there, and then talk about how you can help them people. Like, what's your specialty that specific to their audience? So if you have the chance to scope them out, do so. Okay. So when you see someone's looking for someone, or you're about to message them, take 30 seconds, look at their profile, see what their podcast is about and who their audience is. Because if their audience, so say I find someone who helps coaches do something, and they're not a competitor of ours, they would be a compliment, they speak to the same target audience, fabulous. Looks like someone I would reach out to. But then I look at his profile and now I see, hey, he specifically targets dads. He's like a dadpreneur guy. His audience is all about dads. Do you think I'm going to pitch me, or do you think I'm going to pitch my husband? Right? Not that you necessarily have a business partner you can swap out, but what you're saying and how you're pitching it should be determined based on who their audience is and what they are about, what their podcast is about. So definitely in the message, I don't switch the pitch video, but I definitely will switch how I'm messaging someone based on who their audience is and what's going to be the most helpful and the most interesting for them. So absolutely send out those messages, connect with those people, get podcast opportunity, get in front of a Podmatch. That's a great service. If you want to pay for those connections, check them out. Another great opportunity, summit guests. If you can network with people and get on their summits, it's fabulous. Okay. Even if you have to pay. So typically, if you don't know what a summit is, I'm actually a speaker in our colleague and dear friend Shannon Lavinia's summit that's happening right now. Now, typically, someone runs a summit to generate leads. And so they'll say, I'm going to have 10 speakers or 20 speakers, and all of you will do an interview and you'll get to offer your lead magnet so you can generate leads from this. But I also am going to require you to email all your lists. So you have to have a minimum of a list of 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever. However big the speaker is or the host, kind of usually is where they put the benchmarks. However, you may get the opportunity to buy your way in, if you will. Sometimes they'll have bonus speakers, bonus guests who don't have a list themselves, but maybe they paid $100. I don't know how much. They paid a little bit of money, and they were able to be added to the summit list, and they have their freebie, their lead magnet that's going to be pitched and promoted in the summit. So now they're getting in front of people. That's how I found you, who said, oh, see, Brianna, there you go. And the thing is, this works really well. We have sales calls booked this week from people who watched my interview. I think it was like on Friday, right? So our Facebook ads never touched these people. We did not pay we didn't do our normal stuff to get them. They found me because they were on someone's summit and they heard me speak. They opted in because they liked what I had to say. So they got my freebie that I gave away. Then they went through our funnel process and voila, now they're on a sales call. They've got sales calls booked because it resonated. So that's borrowing someone else's audience. They weren't part of my audience. They were part of someone else's audience. So when you can get in front of a summit, absolutely do so. You should be networking with people in your space on the regular, so you know when the opportunities are available. And don't be afraid to, it's $200 or whatever. As long as they've got a good audience size that will be on the summit, it can be very well worth it. One sale, if you're in the high ticket space, is going to be very profitable. All right. Very high return on that. So borrowing an audience is a great way to get some traction when you are brand new and don't have an audience yourself. Okay. I listed all those ways. Hopefully you were taking your notes. So you can borrow that audience. Okay. Now, on top of that, content, crank up the content. If you want sales, If you're like, I'm desperate, I just need X, Y, I need to make X this month. I need to do this, or the other thing. Crank it out. Like you are, okay, there's times for balance in your business and life, and there are times for beast mode. What we're talking about tonight is going into beast mode because you need to make a sale. Okay. So don't talk to me about balance. That's on another time after your bills are paid and your kids are fed and whatever, right? I'm talking about beast mode because you need to make sales. Content. You should absolutely be doing content. I love the ecosystem that we have here in Facebook. So I do content, and I do content in a bunch of places. Like right now, I'm live in like 6 places on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm live on TikTok. I'm live on Twitter. I'm live in a bunch of places. However, if you are just getting started and you want to bust this out and you need somewhere to focus, as long as your target audience is 30 and up, 35 and up for sure, then I would absolutely focus on Facebook. Okay, because here's what's cool. There's so much cool stuff that happens because it's all one big ecosystem. Because guess what? We generate leads. And as part of that process, you end up joining our group. That's how most of the people who are currently in our group are here, is because they joined our group or because they saw an ad and then they joined the group. And then when they join the group, we get connected. They're told to, in part of the welcome message, is to friend request me. Well, did you know when someone friend requests you, it automatically sets them to follow you? Whether or not you have the time or opportunity to friend them back, they are now following you. So if I get my butt in gear and I start cranking out reels, short form vertical video, who's going to see it now? So the people that we generated those leads from in the Facebook ad, who are now in our Facebook group, are now also getting hit with my reels when they're scrolling through the reel section of Facebook. And then I go live in my group and they're getting getting my live version as well. Like I'm hitting them every angle. Like you're just like going to town, right? Like you're hitting them hard constantly. And it's all within this ecosystem within Facebook. So whether you come from an ad or not, like who was it? Brianna said she found me from from a summit. So I didn't pay to generate that traffic. Brianna just found us. Okay. But she still got into, because of our funnels, how we set stuff up. If that sounds intriguing, but you have no idea how to do that, comment info, we'll chat and I'll show you how to do that. But now we're like, oh, it's so cool. It's like the Jiffy Pop, right? You got the Jiffy Pop, those old school popcorn things that you get camping. And like Facebook, I can turn on multiple burners. That's what I'm doing. I'm turning on the burner of the Facebook group. I'm turning on the lives burner. I'm turning on the reels burner. I'm turning on the ads burner. I can do all of that and it just heats it up faster. And now bing, 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 it just goes. So that's the beauty of this stuff. Okay. That's why I love. So if you have to choose one thing to focus on and your audience is 30, 35 and above in age, do this. Okay. If you're younger than that, maybe Instagram, it might be some other options that fit better, but most coaches are targeting 30, 35 and above. Why? Because we got the money. Like we are like people in their 30s and above typically have more disposable income. So they are a good audience to speak to in your coaching business. So Andrea, Jessica, I think we're actually meeting tomorrow. I'm so glad that you're on here. Brianna, I will send me a friend request, ladies, so we can talk and I can help you. Okay. So, all right. I went off, but definitely create content, hit it hard. Minimum 1 reel a day. If you have time, send it elsewhere, send it to TikTok, send it to YouTube Shorts, send it around. But, I like to focus my energy is in the Facebook ecosystem because it works really well. And then 1 live a week minimum. Those are the bare minimums of the regular schedule. If you are dying to make a sale right now, you shouldn't be getting your bare minimums. You should be cranking the sucker up. 2 reels a day, live daily. Okay. Go live in your group maybe 3 times a week, and every other day, hit it on your personal profile. How many of you have followed over the years for one reason or the other? As Cindy hit the join the Facebook group. I give it to you in the Facebook group, Cindy, or hit the Facebook group. Cindy is in the description. So hit that and then I'll get you that Trello board. Sorry, YouTubers. Okay. Been distracted. So go live on your personal page. How many people have taken time over the years that you've networked? Like maybe you followed somebody and they just taught networking where you're connecting with people in Facebook groups, all this kind of stuff. And they're doing that. So great. How many of those people have you sold to? Probably none or any, like very few. So all of those people are still on your personal profile. I've been in online business. Whoop, I just hit my mic. I've been in online business for a long time, like 7 years. Do you know at the beginning, heck yeah, I did a whole bunch of networking. Now, do I do that today? Not so much. However, I still have that audience built. I've got, I don't know, a lot of friends and even more followers, like 7,000 followers on Facebook. So if I'm itching to eke out a sale, hey, what am I going to do? I'm going to go live on my personal profile. And if your friends and family are still like annoyed, who cares? No, I'm sorry. You that's my opinion. If they're not supportive, that's just their thing. I warned my family that my Facebook was now going to be for business. Yes, I will message with them and I'll post private stuff for just the family and I'll filter it out. But this is how we make money. So if you don't like it, you can unfollow me, Mom. I still love you. My sister, she accidentally got the invite for today's live on Facebook. And she's like, I marked myself as going. I'm not going, but if it helps you, so they've come a long way. They're supportive, but some people get way too tied up in knots about this. Okay. You want to make money, get rid of those, just move past those fears and those things that hold you back about taking action where your friends and family are. Okay. I didn't unfriend friends and family. I didn't do any of that stuff. I didn't create a new profile. I just went to town. And if it annoyed them, they would unfollow me. I don't care. I love them. I'm here if they want to see me. If they don't, that's on them. Okay. So truly, get to work. All right. So you absolutely want to do this. Hey, Emilio, good to see you. No problem. Pamela, good to see you guys. Okay. Again, if you need help with this stuff, comment info, we'll chat. Now, yes, and you do absolutely want that Trello board. Oh, Sonia, it's good that you're on. I think we're meeting. Was it tomorrow or the next day? We're meeting too soon. So I saw you on my calendar. Okay. So another strategy for attention. We're in phase 1. Okay. This is going to be a live one tonight. I hope you guys have some time. Okay. We're still in phase 1 of 3 phases. Another way to get in front of people is just to meet them where they are. Now, there's all kinds of options for this. One is in Facebook groups, not groups like this where they are clearly owned by someone like us. Like if you look at our Facebook group, this is not a networking Facebook group. This is a learn from the expert Facebook group. So don't go to these ones because that's poaching and that's annoying. Instead, go to networking type Facebook groups where it's more of a community. Okay. Where everyone's throwing out ideas, doing stuff. Find you with those places and you can network with people in those communities. On top of that, you can use ads. I use ads all the time. If you don't have that expertise, if you aren't already successfully running ads, this isn't going to be your magic bullet to making sales in the next few days. Sorry to break it to you. Okay. Unless you're working with a coach like us. All right. But know that for the future, once you have your foundation really laid, you've got an amazing marketing message, you've got amazing sales systems and automations, then definitely get on those ads. Okay. Networking events. I will tell you, I've sold people from networking events. So there are meetup groups that you can join that are virtual. There's like professional networking organizations that you can join and you can talk and you can share your little pitch, and the people who need your help, you get connected. I was on a networking event just, I think it was last month. And he had never heard my name before. He was on a networking event with me. He really liked what I had to say. We talked later on a discovery call that day. The following day, he had a sales call and joined right away. And within, I don't know how many weeks, within 2 weeks, he had already made $9,000 from what we taught him. Like that's power of networking events. Okay. So absolutely, if you want to bust out some sales, find the opportunity to join some networking events where your target audience would go. Always keep that in mind. Okay. So, all right. Now that's phase one. Does everyone on here tell me in the comments, do you have a specific strategy in mind on how you are going to get attention? Because before we move on to phase two and phase three, you need attention. You need to get attention. And I've listed out like 8, 9, 10 different ways to get attention. Which way works for you and where your starting point is right now? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Because you need that part down. Now on phase two. Okay. Phase two is lead generation, generating the lead. This is taking someone's attention and making them take that next step with you. Okay. That's having them opt in to a landing page or a capture page, however you want to call it, where you're collecting their email, collecting their phone number. They're actually joining, becoming a official lead, not just a follower where you have their attention, but now they're stepping up and they're opting in. All right. Yes, you want to nurture an email sequence, a nurture sequence to love on them and to encourage them to book a discovery call with you. If you don't know how to set any of that stuff and that really scares you and you're overwhelmed, I got you. Okay. Type in CP for ConvertPoint, and I'll give you the link for that. We have an awesome system that we'll get all that set up for you. It'll be awesome. But you do want all those systems. Now, if you don't have that today and you want to make a sale today, you want to make a sale tomorrow, the next day, don't wait on this. Okay. Yes, you absolutely need this done. But for now, send them to the Facebook group. Like that's your Band-Aid. If you need a Band-Aid, send them to the Facebook group so that you can have those, you can get those people connected. Are they truly a lead? Not quite, because you don't have their contact information, but it's really, it's like a half step. They're like half a lead. I'd much rather you have their name, email, phone number, but at least they're in your community now and you're moving forward. Okay. But absolutely start generating leads. How do you generate leads? Offer a freebie. So this can be a video training. This can be a PDF. This can be an audio file, something of value that speaks to your target audience that they'd probably give you a couple bucks for if you chose to sell it. Like this Trello board, which is, I'm going to use, my kids are watching from the pool, so I'm not going to use the words I want to use. It's an amazing freebie. Like it literally, I could charge a lot for that. But I give it away for free. Guess what? It's a lead magnet. But if you're in my group, you're already a lead, so you shouldn't care. But you're giving away something and you put it behind a capture page so that people can get it. Okay. And you start building your email list. You generate leads that you can follow up with. Now, any questions? How do you generate a lead? Give away a freebie, put it behind a capture page. Have emails that are created and automated so that they're getting daily emails or whatever from you to warm them up and tell them to book a call. Also, tell them to get to your Facebook group. How many people, I'm curious, especially all y'all in the group, did you join from the initial thank you page? The thank you page, if you don't know what that is, that's the page that pops up. You put in your name, email on the capture page, you hit enter. The next page that pops up is the thank you page. We invite people to our Facebook group right there. But we also invite people to our Facebook group from our emails. So curious, did you join from the emails or did you join from the thank you page? Because we have people do both every day. So you should be doing both with your leads and how you're setting up your systems. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. Okay. So push to the Facebook group, love on them in the Facebook group. Join from the thank you page. Thank you, Brianna. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So see, it works. We have over 8,000 people in our Facebook group and 90% of them probably came from our sales funnel, came from what we've set up. So going from, so Andrea, summit to capture page from freebie. Yeah, perfect. So she was on the thank you page too. So it works. Imagine how much work I would have had to do to connect with just these two ladies, Brianna and Andrea, who came from the summit. So I'd have to, number one, find them somewhere because instead of borrowing someone's audience, which I just told you to do, I'd have to track them down, Then I'd have to like somehow talk with them and they don't know who I am or what I'm about. I have no authority. And I have to be like, so ladies, I think I can help you. And then probably just ignore me, which I would do because I don't know, yeah, right. So, and then I would have to like invite them to my freebie, or I'd invite them. No, manual, you couldn't even do that. Just invite them to the Facebook group and then invite them to a sales call. Way harder. Get your systems in place, get her done. Okay. You need help with systems? I got you. Okay. I got you. Type in info and we will get that figured out for you. Okay. Now, the third phase, because number one was attention, and I gave you all of those ways to get attention. If you need a recap, the replay will be available. You will get it, except for TikTok. You got to join the group TikTok. They don't do the replay thing here. So, okay, attention, number one, and then lead gen from that attention, number two. And then number three, phase three, is sell to those people. Okay. Now, how do you do this? There's basically three simple, or there's one. Okay. I like this. Okay. Watch. All right. So a discovery call where that's not a sales call. You're not going to sell them anything. You're not going to ask for any money. It's purely a discovery call. Okay. Offer people a no sales call, discovery call. Like, hey, if you guys type in info and we chat, I'm not selling you on that call. So there's no pressure. There's no like weird, like, is she going to push me to do something? No, I'm literally going to talk to you and I'm going to see, hey, what's going on? What do you need help with? Can I help you with that? Can I send you a freebie that helps you with that? Would my program actually make more sense? How can I help you? It's simply a discovery call. So you should be offering discovery calls everywhere. They're only 10, 15 minutes. Okay, give them some tidbits, help them feel loved on, hear what they have to say. And then if they're a good fit for your paid programs or your paid offers, offer them a sales call, an actual strategy session. And that's going to be longer. That's going to be 45 minutes. That's going to be a bigger thing. But you're protecting your time by doing the discovery calls first, because those are short, sweet, right to the point. And you can do a ton of those a day. And then you can still have room for a handful of longer sales calls every day for only the people who are serious about spending some money and getting some help, right? So keep it separated and you're going to maximize your calendar, maximize the amount of sales that you have the opportunity to make, okay? So curious, everyone who's watching now, we're on the replay, are you currently using the discovery call, sales call process? Or are you only using one? If you're only using one, please switch and use two. If you need help with how to script that or what that looks like, comment info, we'll chat. Okay. So absolutely book discovery calls. You want to invite people to discovery calls from your content. What am I doing right now? I'm inviting you to a discovery call. Guys, if you want to see what's working, see what I'm doing. Clearly, it's working. So invite people from your content to a discovery call. Do outbound dials. If you get your systems in place and you're collecting people's phone numbers, what should you do? It's crazy, right? Give them a call. They gave you their phone number. Call them, text them, both. And not like you're pushing them, just like, hey, what's going on? I saw you requested this. I wanted to see if I could help you out, right? I've made thousands, over 10,000 calls in my profession in 7 years. Okay. Absolutely. It works. It works. How real is it to actually talk to someone on the other end of the phone versus just a bunch of automated stuff online? You want to cut through the chase. You want to make sales as quickly as possible. Pick up the phone, give them a call. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Andrea had set it up to do one, but I need to set it up to do both. Absolutely. Absolutely. I haven't used discovery calls. However, I use these and reactivation of cold relationships. Okay. I could see that. Yeah. If getting on the call with someone and just figure out what's going on. You're like triaging. Like, so I'm a nurse by trade, right? Or I don't have my license anymore. I was a nurse and this is triage 101, your ABCs, airway, blood circulation, right? So absolutely, or airway, breathing, circulation. That's what it is. See, it's been a while. But you're triaging, you're figuring out what's going on, and if you can help them. That's what a discovery call is. Okay. And then moving them, inviting them to the next step. Okay. If appropriate. Now, call your leads where when you call them, it becomes a discovery call. Whether it was scheduled or not, you just have to say a couple more words at the beginning to introduce yourself, and then you're talking to them and you're doing a discovery call just live from an outbound dial. You can invite people to discovery calls from Messenger. So they may have just requested a freebie, but in the process of talking with them, you can invite them to a discovery call. Okay. But all of those ways are awesome strategies to get discovery calls. On top of that, broadcast. So if you've built your email list, which you should have done, but if you've been around for a while, more than a few weeks, you should have an email list that you're building. If you are at that stage, then email your list. Okay. Yes, we all have like sequences that are sent out to people to, warm them up and invite them, but you should also need to be doing broadcast emails. Those are emails where you're just today, I'm sending, like today, I emailed my list. I emailed most of y'all who are on this and said, hey, I'm going to be live tonight at 7:00. This is what I'm covering. Click here to join. Okay. I emailed, that was a broadcast email. So the people who are done with the sequences that are pre-programmed are now getting just the broadcast, because you have to stay in front of them. If they only get your sequence and then they never hear from you again, they are going to forget you. Whereas if you're emailing them, you can invite them to the next step. So how about this? Email, write it up now, okay, or make a note and write it up as soon as we're done. Write up an email with your latest testimonial. We had an awesome testimonial come through at the end of last week. A gentleman we were working, who joined our program, he was averaging $200,000 to under $300,000 a year previously for the last 2 years in his business. And in the first, he's only been able to implement a couple things that we showed him how to do because he can't handle any more clients. He's currently building up his team so he can take on more clients. And he finished May at over $344,000 from January 1st to the end of May. In 5 months, he outdid all of his other years. That's a fabulous testimonial. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm emailing my list. I've got a screenshot of the testimonial and I'm going to send it to them. And I'll be like, hey, you want these results? Let's just talk. Let's see how we can help you out. Book a call to talk. Right? Click the link, grab a time. See, it doesn't have to be that hard. Invite them from your, use your latest testimonial. On top of emailing your list, maybe you don't have a list. Cool. Post it on social media. Post that testimonial and tell them to comment for info. If you want these kind of results in your business, comment. We'll chat, see what's going on, see how we can help you out. Okay. So you can do this from your email. You can do this in your content. You can do this in a lot of different ways. Okay. The entire process though of a discovery call, okay. So from the discovery call, you're triaging and you're figuring out what is needed and if they're a good fit and if they're qualified. From there, maybe you just send them to your group to just be loved on further there till they're ready and more qualified. Maybe you send them a freebie. Maybe you book them to a sales call because that's where they are. Okay. They're ready for a sales call. They know they need help. What they're doing isn't working and they want to explore what it's like to get your help. Cool. When you get on the sales calls, it's not rocket science. A sales call should not feel used car salesman, pushy, hyper aggressive. Okay. Your sales calls, there's really maybe three phases to a sales call. The first phase is discovery. You're diving deep into what the problems are, what they've tried so far, what hasn't worked, what they're looking for. You're asking questions. You're trying to identify the real problem. Number one, to make sure that you can really help them. But number two, to get them to be like, oh yeah, I got some problems. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm not fixing that one on my own, right? And then you move into your pitch where you're actually positioning your offer and how you help people and what you can do for them. And then phase number 3 is the close, just getting them to sign up, right? But when you focus on their problems and the whole goal is to just offer a solution to someone's problem, people enjoy it. I can't tell you how many sales calls I've had. And at the end, I always ask people hey, so why us in particular? And they're like, because this didn't even feel like a sales call. This was awesome. This was so helpful, right? They really enjoyed the process. And so they're like, I want to sell like that. I don't want to be a used car salesman pushy person. I want my clients to enjoy the sales call, and I enjoyed it with you, so I want to learn from you so that I can do that for my people. Ta-da! It works. It absolutely works. So identify the problem, offer a solution, get them signed up. Get them signed up. Okay, yes, Trello board. So Paula, I feel we were talking? No. I don't know if we talked already, Paula, if you just look familiar because we were talking about talking. I cannot recall. But we have the Trello board. This is amazing because with this Trello board, type in Trello if you have not yet done so. This Trello board is phenomenal because I list out for you the exact steps that you need to do to get high ticket coaching clients in 7 days. And inside of a lot of the steps, I've embedded additional training. So it's super duper cool. So type in Trello. We will send that over. If you're like, oh, this sounds so good, but I know I need help. I don't like all of this makes sense, but I don't know how to actually do it. Well, if you need help with actually doing it, whether that's the step-by-step, click here, or the accountability or the brainstorming or just the overall mentorship and guidance of someone who's been there, done that, then type in info in the chat. Let's just have a conversation. As I said, it is not a sales call. It is a conversation. We'll see what's going on. We'll see how we can help you out. Okay. So y'all definitely need that. Okay. So type in info in the comments and we will help you out. Okay. Awesome. Every Monday, if you did not know, set your calendars. Okay. Every Monday at this time. So it starts at 7 Eastern, which is 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. And that's all US times, and everybody else, you have to figure out your own stuff. So I do great training like this every single week. And we have had people in this group make high ticket sales, make a lot of money just from the free training. So if you are not doing this every single week, you are missing out on a big opportunity. Set your alarms, join us. And you need to be in the group if you want the good stuff, because we have a bunch of resources and cool stuff and we can actually talk here versus everybody else. You just got to watch. All right. Have a blessed rest of your week. I will see y'all next Monday at 7 Eastern time. Comment info and we will talk. See how we can help you out. Comment Trello and I will hook you up with my amazing Trello board. Ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed night. I will see you next Monday.